It's adult dancers in my pole positions, young as dying like they saved the game. Jewelry, heard the plotting on me when I walk my ends to South London, something you can't teach, straight common sense. The kid inside myself, I haven't healed. And me and him debate each other. I can't love myself. I made from two people that hate each other. My parents that save each other, made each other unhappy. Used to be excited by the block, but size doesn't matter. Used to play.
That was cold. That was cold. That was cold. That was cold. Yes, 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 my people. What is everyone saying? Hope everyone's well. Happy Friday. You already know it is. This is still Color Boys back in the building. My name is Henry, your favorite music connoisseur, and I've got my brother Kevin with me, aka Monberry. What you saying, bro? You good?
Wagwan, people.
Yes, yes, yes. And you already know why we're here. You understand? You already know why we are here, because you're here as well. And we are here because the one and only Dave Santana has released his third studio album, The Boy Who Played the Harp. Like I said, this is Dave's third studio album, you know, his latest studio album after, you know, the second studio album he released 4 years ago in 2021. So it's been about 4 years since we got a new Dave project. It's been a long time in the making. I know a lot of people are excited about this one. And yeah, funny enough, Kate, you know, with this release, man, like Dave hasn't really dropped any singles, you know, which is kind of unusual for him. He hasn't dropped any singles whatsoever. Yeah, he hasn't dropped any visuals. He hasn't dropped nothing. This is just a straight release, you know. But I think it's safe to say that Dave, you know, I know Central C's been doing this thing. I know Stormzy has also done his thing, but it's safe to say that Dave is the biggest rapper in the UK, you know.
In terms of more, they sell more than Stormzy as well.
He sold more than Stormzy on this last project. Yeah. He sold more than Stormzy. Yeah. He sold more than Stormzy, man. And he's only, I think he's second all time behind Tiny Temper, you know, in terms of first week. Yeah, all time first week sales. Yeah. So obviously Tiny Temper holds the record. And then and then obviously Dave came in at number 2. So yeah, I think for me, Dave, like I know, like I said, Central C's been doing his thing, especially overseas, and Stormzy's been there, but like Dave statistically is the biggest rapper in the UK, you know. Yeah, and I feel like this album is definitely going to do well. It's going to do very well. It's probably going to be the biggest rap debut within the last I don't know, few years, maybe since Dave.
The numbers,
I think numbers we were looking at probably 60k plus, you know. You know what I'm saying? Wow, okay. Yeah, I think we're looking at 60k, 50-60k plus, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like Dave is definitely going to assert himself and just remind people that Central C, you've been doing your thing. We got J Hus as well, who is my favorite UK rap artist, but like Dave's still number 1 in it, you know. So I feel like this album he's definitely gonna, you know, try and prove that. And man, like I said, man, The Boy Who Played Harp is a very interesting album title, and I think Kate, you've got a little background, some little background info into this album title because it's pretty interesting.
So apparently, the album title alludes to the book of Samuel in the Bible, chapter verse 16:14-23, where Saul summoned a young brave shepherd, David, to play the harp to soothe him as he was being troubled by evil spirits. So maybe I think that's also kind of playing into earlier what you were telling me about the sort of social conscious stuff that he's talking about the album, and probably more stuff. But it was quite interesting to see that kind of is the pull. Or that's kind of maybe the theme of the album and what inspired the title. So I'm quite interested to see how he stitches all of this in together into hopefully into a coherent album story.
Yeah. That's very interesting. And you know, one thing about Dave, he's very introspective as well. You know, like he's very, very introspective. He's a very smart brother. You know, very consciously aware brother as well. So yeah, man, I'm just very interested to see the direction that he's going to take from this project. Obviously, as well, I must mention that he did release that EP with Central C. A couple years back. I know. Yeah, it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, like, I actually really like that EP. You know, I actually really like that.
It wasn't bad. It has some good songs in it for sure.
It definitely has some good songs in it. But yeah, just in terms of like solo material, this is his first in 4 years. So yeah, man, it'll just be interesting to see like what Dave has to say, like some of the life experiences that he's had over the last 4 years. I know that, you know, Dave, I think, you know, I've been following his career since I think 2017, and with every release, he's definitely matured and he's definitely gotten better. Okay, you know, like he's definitely gotten better. Yeah, 100%. He's definitely gotten better. Yeah. So, guys, right, we ain't gonna waste too much of your time. We're gonna get straight into this one.
Before you go into it, your favorite producer is on it, bro. Fraser T. Smith.
Oh yeah, Fraser T. Smith, I'm just seeing here, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? listen. Let me reserve my judgment. But okay, you already know how I feel about that guy, innit?
Until you hear the rhythms in it.
Until I hear the rhythms in it, you know, because he may surprise me. You understand? But you already know how I feel about Fraser T. Smith in it. We can get to that in another video. You know what I'm saying? You go, all right, cool. All right, so let's get this started, innit? But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You already know what to do. And if you don't, I've just told you. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you show your boys some love, man. But yeah, okay, let's get into this, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this album is 10 tracks long, which I'm very grateful for, okay, because nowadays, bro, artists have just been, you know, they've been going overboard with the, you know, with the tracks on their albums, like 15, 16, 20 plus album tracks. Like, it's just too much. So I'm glad that Dave has kept this 10 tracks, you know what I'm saying? Like, kept it very short and sweet, you know, and we've got a few interesting features on this album. We've got the laps of James Blake, you know, Jim Legxacy. Jim Legxacy's had a phenomenal... Yeah, I love Jim Legxacy as well. Okay, I don't know if you know about Jim Legxacy.
Well, some of his, Oscar played some of the new tape he released this year.
Yeah, the new tape. Yeah, it's a very, it's one of them. I think it's currently, I think in terms of rap music, worldwide, it's the highest reviewed rap album of the year. I think it's got like 92 on Metacritic.
I can't like, when I heard, I think that's too high though, in my personal opinion. But
but it's a very good.
Yeah,
it's a very, you know, I've been following Jim Legxacy for a couple of years now, man. I actually tried to sign him as well at my old distribution label. He's a very, very good artist. And one of the singles off of the tape is on my best of year list. So yeah, but Jim Legxacy is a great up and coming artist. We've got obviously Kano, the legend, you know what I'm saying, like the OG. We got Tems, you know, Mama Tems. Yeah. So yeah, we've got some few interesting features, and just in terms of like the writers and the producers. I mean, Kevin already mentioned one of them, Fraser T. Smith. We also got like Paul McCartney, you know, on this as well, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, he's on one of the. I think he wrote one of the.
Boy Who Played Harp, but I think that might be a sample. John Lennon.
It might be a sample. It might be a beat sample.
Or a sample.
It might be a sample still. But yeah, man. Okay, cool. So first track off the tape is called History, featuring James Blake. Okay, run the thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is God's plan. He said it to me. An angel out of sight in a dream, singing. You don't know when you're yet to achieve, and you're destined for some shit you would never believe. Now the God the same size as Adam and Eve's. I got trees, a forest, you better believe. For the bass and the treble, I treble the fee. I can't wish my ex the best, you would end up with me. Then I sleep when there's money to get with the team. You disrespect the 16, your head on the beam. For the lost money, the head of the queen. I done shit I didn't think I could ever redeem. I'm from South where they struggle with saying your name, but it's easy when pronouncing you dead on the scene. So when you see me on these stages stepping in clean, I hope you know it's history. And when you talk of my name in this country, they gon' tell you that I'm already a lady. I'm rapping, clean stepping, bro, you need to forget it. Fuck eco-friendly, my car eco-aggressive. Am I ego-aggressive? You better leave me a message. Yeah, you done it for a year, but that ain't impressive. I give a fuck about success. If it ain't successive, that ain't. Just gonna listen on repeat. Gonna couple summers so they miss me on a beat. It don't matter if she pretty and petite. If she ain't beat, she can't even kiss me on the cheek. Mom said or the house on sand, but I don't think I listen, cause the villas by the beach, and I did it off the beats. I just rip it in the street. Anytime you see my niggas in the streets, you know it's history. Get addicted to your life, it's all that I wanted. It was fun for a while. Still you smile, turn us down around to something, for something higher. Hold my hand close, I'm inspired. And I'm holding on to a version of You're still mine. My mum told me what my name really means, and the powers just kicked in. Got me thinking back to days when I was a victim to this thing, thinking I was keeping it balanced. I was even embarrassed, selling CDs in Paris. But this music gave me everything I needed in a marriage. I can't speak sideways on grab. John Galore Garage, when I know there's the reason we managed to make. Don't be a hero, I ain't looking to hurt anyone. I got the clean one and I got the dirty one. I never see a man late to his own funeral, but I'm sure the one to sleep, but I don't mind me the curvier one. Yeah, and I'm coming from the south of the river where the sky's black. If not for the history that we made, they wouldn't like rap. Niggas trying to water down, I think it's time to fight back. For 70 hours I've been stepping with powers, and it's definitely ours time. You mentioned my name, but I know that you're playing with pepper. You borrowed the mill and I told you to pay you and never knew it was different from the moment we came in. And you can quote me because I said it verbatim. The woman with me like a Renaissance painting of Michelangelo's David. And anytime you mention me in a statement, you better know that it's
Cool. Oh, by the way, I got the lyric screen. I'm sharing the lyric screen, innit?
Okay, let me see.
So I'll do it as the record is playing in it because it's easier to sort of follow stuff in it. But yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I mean, Kay, what like on first listen, what do you think about that record, bro?
It's not a bad song. He's going in between, sort of talking about like, you know, the lifestyle, being the guy and having some sort of trepidation about the life, and with this sort of like gothic keys that are almost like church-like in a sense. I find it quite simplistic in a way. I wanted a little bit more intricacy in them, and his rapping and rhyming is good. I want him to paint a more coherent story throughout rather than dabbling in and out, because he does that quite a lot. Because I think was it towards the end where he's talking about, for example, over here, if we could see where he's talking about, I never seen my late his own funeral, but I don't seen show up early to one. But then he goes talking about, I prefer that one that's slim, but I don't mind me the curvier one. Like I wanted him to keep at the narrative and keep at the story of what he's trying to sort of paint, but he switches to another perspective, which I find disconcerting. And I think he does that a few bits in time as well. So it's not a bad song. And James Blake's scene is James Blake, is what we get. I think he does a decent job. I think it's a good song. Actually, it's not, but I'm not really gripped by it.
Yeah. I think no. I agree with you, Kay. Maybe I'm a bit higher on this song than you are, but I definitely get what you're saying. Still, like it's. I think for me, there's a lot of self-reflection on this record, isn't it? You know, and I think to bring up your point, sometimes Dave kind of does that a lot. Like it's like he talks about one thing, and then all of a sudden he will sort of divert and then just speak about something else that is completely not relevant, you know. So it kind of takes the seriousness off of what he's saying, if that makes sense. Because it's like, what correlation does the curvy one have? Because you know what it is, he was saying some stuff, like he was really speaking some stuff, man. Like, you know, like he was really speaking some stuff, man. But like, it kind of sort of diverted into something that I didn't feel like was coherent with like the overall message. But like, I like this record, man. Still, like, I feel like Dave was just
I think sorry, go on.
No, bro.
I was gonna say there was a wonderful line where he talked about, like, my mom said, don't build a house on sand, but then he bought a house by the beach. You get me? So it was a nice sort of parallel about the fragility of the life that he's now living, and he sort of the house he's now sort of, you know, he's got. Do you get me? And how fragile it is. Do you get me? And rather than building it on like concrete, do you get me, representing those strong root that will sort of carry him further. Do you get me? So
Morris, because you know, like, and I feel like Dave is sort of saying really and truly that he's kind of conflicted in a way, because like because listen, it's no secret, Kay, when you get to a certain level, like your spirit definitely gets tested, you know, your spirit definitely gets tested, and there are a number of situations that you can find yourself in that you don't know what's there, like yeah, that you know, yeah, that can get you in a bit of trouble. So like, there's I mean, I definitely hear Dave on that one, but yeah, I thought it was a good start to the album. Obviously, nothing too crazy, like, but yeah, I do think it was a good first record, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this one, Dave is just warming us up. You know, like this is just like the how would I say? This is the starter. You know, this is the starter. Like this is the start. This is the warm up. You know, shout out to J. Cole. This is the warm up. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah. No, but it was a good record overall. So yeah, okay, moving on to the second record. The second record, I think that is called 175 Months. And I'm thinking, K, 175 months. What could this be in reference to? Could this be in reference to the time it's taken for him to drop this next project? You know what I'm saying? Has it been 170 months since? Because I remember we're all in this together. That was released in 2021, and obviously this is released in 2025. So that's 4 years. So I don't know how many months that is, Kevin.
Yeah, I think because it's 12 months.
How many? So no, so yeah, it can't be because that wouldn't make sense because it wouldn't add up to So I don't know what this is about. 175 months. Maybe
no, it's not. So he's talking probably something else, isn't it?
Maybe he's talking about like how long he's been on this earth. Because he's how long? How old is Dave? Dave is like
now, isn't he? I think he mentioned
he's 27. He's 27 in it. So I don't know. 27. I don't know. Okay, obviously my maths used to be good in it. yeah.
But usually as much in it, you know them ones.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is it 27 times 12? Well, I don't know if that's how you work it out.
I'm doing 27 times 12. I'm doing quick maths myself, and that's 324. You know what? We'll probably end up finding out.
Yeah, we're finding out. Yeah, we'll find out. Okay, all right, cool. Run the thing, K.
Cool.
Father, God forgive me. It's been a couple years, but maybe more that I ain't prayed. Even longer, I ain't been to church, but I'm ashamed. Embarrassed in my ways, but still I'm asking for your grace. Feel like I've been led astray by the drinking and the spirits that take me when I write. And the ladies in the night. Most people, they got demons, I got angels that fight. Trying to save me from my plight. I pray I make it to the light. South London where we lie. Till I died at 16 and I still feel that same rage. We were getting older and he's still the same age. 27th birthday and this piggy's 14. Back when we would all dream. And Stephanie, she lived at 14. And he lived at number 17 and I was number 12. When I used to think that if I skip church, I go to hell. So when they ask about grief and how it feels, I know it well. I missed this 10th anniversary in 2024. I know the value of this picture, we ain't getting any more. Then I go and I get angry, God, like, why'd you take him for? He was just a baby. These emotions that I'm feeling, it's the strength I pray for. God, for anyone that's with us that can vouch, I pray for. Pray that I feel less lonely in this house I prayed for. I pray that. Yeah. With this cross that you bear on me, when you look after my mum, she probably used her last prayer on me. Can't let the devil in. There's repentance in the Bible, but remind my exodus. Feel like we was meant for this. Move mountains and boulders. Me at the major, our parents getting older. May they never need a shoulder. I don't shit I can't condone. Roll sermons on my own. I'm in church, more worried about the service on my phone and on judgment day. Are you gonna riot in my sins? Oh, my nigga, he got cancer and I'm lying to his kids. God, I'm trying, but it hits me in my heart. I done lost so many niggas that's been with me from the start. Then I prayed for quick change and I ain't even tried fast. All I ever did was shattered glass, crucifixes on my chest. Prayed to purchase and protect for my church and cut a check. How am I trying to pray for Congo with these diamonds on my neck? There's a father and a son. Pray that I can show him how to love a woman through his mum because I never got the chance. And I just want the best for my 3 little nieces that I carry on my chest. I'm praying for my managers and praying for their wives. God knows that they're the ones that sacrifice their lives. I would have said their names, but God, you know who I mean. I'm praying for my brothers, God protect us on the streets. I had to steak a part bone and then I pray before I eat. It's like I call you when I need you and I don't. We don't speak ground rules. For my niggas found schools back at Lambeth Town Hall. I helped him pray, but didn't know that it was on my downfall. So when I'm ice cold, with no blood inside my veins, numbers on my days. When I say I love this life of rain, I'm just praying that my purpose can justify my pain. I'm just praying that my purpose can justify my pain. My mum used to creep in my room and put oil on the cross on my head, anoint me and probably read a verse like Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, and maybe Matthew 4. The word is my weapon tonight. If I can't pray for peace, then I just pray you win the war. It's been 26 years, I don't know what I'm fighting for. Or maybe it's a place to feel your everlasting light. In a world where kids that die get a second chance at life. Christ, I don't know what to say to you. I pray to you, forgive me for the days I had a reason to, and I ain't not faith in you. You did it for the sake of me, and how I've forsaken you. I prayed for you, shoes and I used them to walk away from you. You made it out. Sort the pen for the needles, and I just found a different way to point to my people. You could say it's testimony that I'm telling them a story, but how we selling them, the devil still giving God the glory. Can I pray?
That one was deep, you know.
It was, bro. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously from the get-go, this is like a personal conversation between him and God, you know. I feel that there was a lot of guilt and shame on Dave's part on this record, because it feels like, obviously, you know, he's been sort of shying away, not even shying away from the Lord, but it feels like he's kind of been distant from God, you know. And I know Dave, he's a very spiritual person, in it, like, you know, from obviously the first project that I listened to from Dave, I think his first EP or mixtape, like he's always made references to God, you know, throughout that first mixtape all the way up until now, you know. So I know that he's a believer, but it seems as if over the last few years, yeah, obviously his relationship with God has been kind of up and down. Obviously, he talks about him experiencing grief, you know, one of his close friends, or a number of his close friends, passing away. And I know when stuff like that happens, man, it can make you question God, innit? You know, it can make you question, it can make you question life in general. So it looks like Dave has been going through sort of those feelings, those emotions. And yeah, I feel like this was real, like, this is real personal, man. You know, this is real personal. And I think at this point in Dave's life, like he's come to the realization that, like, he needs God, you know, and he knows that, like, without God, I mean, God is the one that kind of has given him all these blessings in it, you know. And it's so easy, Kay, like when you've made it to a certain point in your career, right? Because Dave, he's one of the people that shouldn't have made it through the circumstances that he found himself in. He shouldn't have made it, but he made it. And you know, it's very easy to kind of stray away from God once you've made it, and once you don't have to struggle no more in it. Like, it's just it's a common thing that a lot of people experience. But I think he feels now that, like, or he knows now that he needs God by his side in it, you know, because you can have all the money, you can have all the fame, but you can still feel lonely, bro. You know, once there, like, you can still feel lonely. You can still feel like, you know, there's nobody around you. So yeah, like, I think this was really deep, Kay. I can't lie, man. This was really deep, man. What do you think about it?
I agree with everything that you're saying, and the production is quite interesting as well. Kind of got this like glitchy, jittery, like hip hop esque electronic beat that is kind of mirroring to some extent a lot of the narrative, you know, the anxiety sort of like that's brewing.
Yes,
talking about some of those sort of topic, you know, specifically about being sad of, like you were saying, like one of his younger friends dying and him sort of, you know, living life, and then that person not be able to sort of, you know, do anything anymore because they're dead as well. And yeah, just feeling guilty, for example, like you were saying, about not, you know, having this strong relationship with God. And I think there's also a wonderful line he said here as well.
Yeah, I think that there was a line he said about, how am I trying to pray for Congo with these diamonds on my neck?
Yeah. Oh, made it out with drugs, swapped the pen for the needles, and I just found out a different way to poison my people. And I think there's another line where he's also sort of questioning artists themselves, or similar artists like him, who
Yeah.
who have gotten this opportunity now and then are making negative music. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting topic as well. I think
Yes.
musicians for most parts only make music that reflects their lifestyle, where they come from. Rarely do you find people make music that they're trying to get clout. And don't get me wrong, it does happen. Like the guy who did I can't remember what his name was. He did this like drill song that popped up, and then only to find out that his dad or one of his uncles like a big music exec, innit? But most of these they come from real hardship, fam. And I
They
do
do.
think there's virtue to speaking in truth and showing your truth as well. But at the same time, acknowledging the bad of it and also something good as well. So
yeah, and also the hypocrisy, because
100%.
as it's saying, like how can I be praying for Congo, but then I'm wearing diamonds on my neck? How can I be saying this, saying that? How can I be, saying like how can I be telling like the youngsters like you gotta, stay in school, or you've got to, put the guns down, put the knives down. But in my music, I'm talking about shooting people, I'm talking about stabbing people, I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? So it's the I don't say being a human. There's conflicts, and it just shows the complexities of being a human being, man. It's just right there. You want to do good, but at the same time, are you like it's all well and good saying that you want to do good, but are you showing that in your actions?
Yeah.
Are you showing that? Are you showing that with your lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? Are you showing that? Are you backing up your talk? Because it's easy for someone to say, yeah, you got to do good, you got to do this, to do that. But are you actually doing it yourself?
Yeah.
You see? So it's just that's why I think I really like this record, because it's the yin and the yang. It just shows the complexities of us human beings, man. We're very fickle and very fickle and fragile people, man. And we're all hypocrites to a certain extent, But I like this record. Okay, I actually liked it still.
Yeah, no, it's a good song. I like it. I think it was very heavy on the topic as well. Probably would have streamlined, but I do like the song as well. That's the one criticism I have of it. Well, let me load up the next record.
So the third record is No Weapons, featuring Jim Legxacy. K.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's play that.
That's been fashion against me shall prosper. My niggas had to take a risk and prosper. What's that for me?
Check my CV, hunting in her LV. She got a beach. That chicken will be a mix now. She really, I got it on me. If you see me, I'm getting too touchy feely. Yeah, speaking freely, I left it behind. My people leave me.
Never show me the T's and C's.
Never show me the T's and C's.
I know, like Alicia Keys. I've been long time with no sleep.
I said back by the evening, please. We don't need them streets, they're the reason. South London, it's RIPs and freezing G's, and I come for my Jesus peace. Then.
No, that's been fashion against me shall prosper. My niggas had to take a risk and prosper. What's that for me? Oh, that's been fashion against me shall prosper. My niggas had to take a risk and prosper. What's that for me?
I'm praying for more life, more money, more success, more stacks for them, more platinum plaques for them. This to the I provide accident. Any tongue that rise against me gonna fall, and that's why a man can't chat to them. Wait, I'm talking about minimum spend. Rude boy, I'm trying to find out the maximum. Plot that down. I can't pop that down. What you know about mum ain't got cash, so you gotta go shopping in Lost and Found. Slow down, rude boy, you don't know me. Cut through Southwest on a low key. Cordons on my estate, we doing carpool karaoke. I'm in the middle of the party, but I don't dance. In France, I got a sexy one trying to flirt and distract me on a righteous path. Still want one of them Claremont twins. The allegations are dark, but at least I know she gon' do me and my dog. God forgive me, I don't mean that. Let me face my Bible and sing my psalms. Can't let nobody read my palms. Ain't none of them pagan beliefs. I just wanna say that I built something I could give to my kids that I gave to my niece. So her name's on the lease, and my mum's used words of the prayers that we keep, and they sound like.
No, that's been fashion against me shall prosper. My niggas had to take a risk and prosper. What's that for me? Oh, fashion gets me shall prosper. My niggas have to take a risk and prosper. Fucking up on the east side, feeling like K on the west side, just trying to graduate. I was backing up on the east side, feeling like K on the west side, just trying to graduate. I was backing up with the weapons. No weapon that's been fashion against me shall prosper. My niggas have to take a risk and prosper. What's left for me?
Yeah, okay. So that was No Weapons featuring Jim Legacy. And you know what? Just before I kind of get into it, shout out to Jim Legacy, man. Like he's bro, like his ascension over the last 24, 48 months has been crazy. And yeah, I don't know if you know this here, but you know Jim Legacy, he produced Sprinter.
Oh,
Dave
really? I
Central
thought
C.
it
He
was.
produced it, bro. No, he
Oh,
produced it, bro.
okay.
Yeah. And that's arguably the biggest song of both Dave and Central C's career. Actually, it is the biggest
Really?
song. It's the biggest song of both their careers. Yeah, Sprinter.
That's weird. I thought they would. I thought they had bigger records than that.
No. Sprint is the biggest. Sprint is in terms of like certifications. It's the biggest rap song. It's the highest certified rap song of all time.
Really?
Yeah, even in America, it went platinum. In America, it went platinum.
That's crazy. I didn't
It
know.
went to like 2 times platinum in America.
What?
And it's the highest streamed rap song of all time. Yeah, in the UK. Yeah.
That is very interesting.
So and he produced that, bro. So you can imagine, like the royalty checks are crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just crying, fam. You know them ones, fam. In the shower having a breakdown, fam.
Yeah, but you have to also shout out to Dave for Dave giving him the opportunity. You know, because like I know he's been working with Dave for a minute now, and obviously on his project, Black British Music, you know, Dave had a record on there, and then now obviously he's returned the favor, and he's featured on a Dave album, man. So I just sort of got a shout out to Jim Legacy, and Jim Legacy is extremely talented as well. So shout out to him for this one, man. But yeah, Kate, what do you think about this track off the rip, man?
Not a bad song. I think it kind of probably now it brings this sort of like the upbeatness. Like I can imagine this like outside in the state and kind of still like living life, and you have sort of like the party vibe elements to it as well. But you also have the religious element that's underpinning it as well, amongst with the other what's it called crazy quote unquote fun stuff that's happening as well. It's not a bad song. I think it's a good song. I'm not necessarily in love with it, but at the same time, I see what the intention was behind it, and it makes sense in terms of the listing, for example. So I mean that's the best that's the best was I come up with it for now. What about you?
I think same here, man. I liked Jim Legacy's sort of the hook in it, you know, the chorus, I like that part, and just in general, man, I feel like again another good record. Obviously, it's not what I would consider a standout, but it's still, I can still see how this will fit into the tape, innit? You know, and it definitely doesn't sound out of place. And I think also one thing I would say about Dave, Dave, no matter how successful he is, he always shows love to South London, man. Like he's the type of guy that never. Like he's very proud of where he's come from, and you know, certain rappers, Kate, when they make it, they forget about their hood, they forget about where they come from. But Dave, honestly, where he can, he always try and give reference to South London, and he always try and big up where he's from. And I rate that about Dave, man. Like Dave's the type of guy. You know, I haven't met Dave personally. Obviously, I know people that know him, but he's just a straight up guy in it. You know, like I think, you know, obviously he's got a bit of money now, he's got a bit of fame, but for the most part, Dave is still Dave. You know, like he's still that same guy that grew up in South London. The difference is he's just got a little bit of money now in it, but he's never forgot where he's come from. And yeah, man, he's always obviously bigging up South London. And yeah, man, like I have to rate that, because a lot of rappers, Kate, they forget where they come from in it once they make it.
Once they take off, brother, that's it.
Yeah, they take off. That's it. I don't know. You know, I'm not part. But listen, Dave. Yeah, he rips South London to the fullest, man. So yeah, I've got to shout him out for that. But yeah, man, I thought it was a nice record, man. You know, and obviously Jim Legacy, you know, did his thing on the hook. You know, and yeah, man, that's what I can say still. So moving on to track number 4, okay. What we
Yeah.
got? Track number 4, Chapter 16. I'm very, very excited to hear this one because one of our favorite UK rappers, K, is on this track. None other than Kano, one of the elder statesmen. You know what I'm saying?
He's been on a lot of records this year. He was on Rex record as well, remember?
Yes, he was.
His verse was absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, he was phenomenal. Yeah.
What else has he been on? Am I confusing? I think that's
I think maybe he was on one other tape as well. I'm forgetting. Maybe that was last year. But yeah, he killed his verse. He killed his verse on Rich's thing though. Like you know, and we already know what like who Kano is and yeah, what we should expect from this guy. So I'm expecting like a killer verse from him in it. But yeah, this is Chapter 16, Dave featuring Kano. Let's go.
Why'd you on the 52nd floor just to take the piss? And somehow we had to deal with higher stakes than this. You're the reason that I take the risk, happy with your core team. I studied you since I was 14. I wanna know what life is like in your teens. We shared dreams. And even when we shared screens, I couldn't get no FaceTime. I got questions like, how'd you do it? Do you have regrets? Like, what's your life like? See, man, we like the sun setting. Pray the moon shine. It's the prohibition, no ignition. Ran for 2 parties, it's the coalition. Rum and Red Bull, like Max Verstappen, but the race is different, taste is different. It's adult dancers in my pole positions. Young as dying, like they saved the game. Jewelry, heard the plotting on me when I walk my ends to South London. Something you can't teach, strong common sense. Eating healthy, can't we trust our guts more than we trust our friends? Many frauds, lot of men fake, lot imitators, innovators. Take that shit to heart like defibrillators. Mothers shed tears and don't sleep for days, weep for days. And killers celebrate with ID parades. Then you got the C in our face, and this pressure I inherited from you. It sounds funny, but it's true. I love you on the big screen, but bro, I want you back. So what acting game with you? We done lost the
You got a lot of years ahead of you. Some years are worse than you and some are better you. If it's not positive, drop it, the streets residue. But keep a piece of yourself when you're selling you. This game in for the throne and kings are checkable. It's to be a better you, envy's inevitable. And please take pics with your friends, cause I'm telling you, this industry attention will sever crews and a sick turns to an addiction of the jealous Jews. Then they diss you again like you ain't fed them food. But if you whip Cullinan's front of desperate youths, you Chris and the Benz, then the devil's due. Them's the rules. You made it, legging it, this bedding new. But let's keep it true, you know you're reckless with protects and jewels. Flexers do what flexers do, and steppers do what steppers do. Beef, looking over your shoulder every time you turn keys out. Turn the other cheek, must man be the bigger man. I know he's trapped to fight, but it's the massive giants. These be guessing, take it on the chin. You're an Aston buyer, and I'm biased. But my generation got the classic writers. Your gen, that's mostly your pen. You're the rap messiah, you and Simbi. Go grab the accolades that they never give me. But that's the never story, I ain't goated for the glory. Couple trophies in my storage, pour me. Ivan Novello don't rate a man, so be it. I was in 03 on the mic getting lordy. You think you would have flourished in my era at 140? It's quick to you swap knowledge, but sorry I didn't make no time back catch Roxy. I watched your sound check that day, I saw promise. Then I came to your O2 show, I saw polish. But during all the pyrotechnics, I was pondering like, do you have family politics and problems? Can you ever see when you're at someone's wallet? Have you ever smelled when a cousin shit turns rotten, Tommy? Do you ever hear from your brother and start sobbing, Tommy? Have you ever touched a million and felt office, Tommy? Have you ever victory and didn't want it? Those 5 senses will make sense to true bosses. I've got a 6th sense for knowing it's truly from it. Bond Street Donkey, I know what the same cloth is. I know what the game offers. Raise boffin, make offin, the sunshine to the leg and coffin. Legacy. Would they remember me, Dave?
Well, I guess we don't know. That's why we wake up, go get it by ourselves. And I love to tell you yes, but bro, I question that myself. Health, wealth, happiness, all somebody really needs. And some water I could give to my seed. Heart cold like Courchevel, Chanel, bought a shell glasses that I bought. This girl taught the world love, I can't seem to find it. This is shit I do for women, I don't even like them. Bro, I need some guidance.
Bro, I ain't no relationship advisor, but all of this defense won't make you striker. God loves a trier, David loves a liar, but even a half, so I could Cupid fire. Hey, where's she from this time? Do your thing, bro. Every time I see you, new team, bro. Cause you don't date, you do a lingo.
Big bro, I don't know where you got that info, but that wasn't me. I need that in recording and right. But still, I love the game, it's enticing. I moved out west and it's nice, and these days we
Your
drive.
lifestyle bougie. I used to push a silver Porsche with 2 seats. Got a max cozy baby seats in the SUV. You know I've been nice and I never had a goosey. Fried plantain.
You ain't at the pepper soup, G, and it's plantain, but trust me, that's a Gucci. I was in Jamaica having cow foot soup in the middle of Greenwich like I'm a real ghetto. You touch uptown Monday and my Achilles on shoot. I don't fuck with they getting just still a building up a zoo. Got me feeling like I must really have eyes in the back of my head. Range Rover television, the interior. Red fell asleep in the whip, the car door like a bed. I just wanna give thanks for this life.
Look, mic check 1, 2, 3 school dinners. Now we sacked off the sacks of a Cecil living. And go funding to bring back peaceful villain. Call these 38 years, that's an evil sentence. Like I don't love you no more. Dave, I used to be married to the game. I'm a husband no more. All these SM7Bs ain't for us like before. Mike, Billy, Gene on that, they just discuss couple more.
And they shortchange us. Paper chains and all good till it's divorce papers. Newspapers, court papers, they all ride my wheels. They gon' talk about you once till they divide your wills. That's how family feels, growing up so fast. 26, feeling like our lives on timers. Lines in the face, you getting fillers to hide it, and hoes lying by their age like Nigerian strikers. Sorry, wait up, can I get this food in containers? Had to move, it was dangerous. Seen beautiful places. Bro, I used to have braces, now it's my driver that's on a retainer. But that's a testament to God and His favor. And bro, I wanted a favor. Let's see each other more, catch up and make peace. For the fans, they miss you. I know the fans, they miss me. Let's make a track about this dinner and the stamp you gave me. And base on the book of Samuel, call it chapter 16 if you're down.
So who's gonna get this one then? Alright. That's cool. So what's her name? Nah, just do your thing, man. But trust me, don't overthink it. Like, it's what it is. If it's gonna be something, it's gonna be something. But I know you, I know what you're like. You're thinking 5, 10 years down the line. They got time.
Yo, okay, I can't lie. That's my favorite. Yo, just two brothers having a conversation, going back and forth. I love it.
Yeah.
Both of them obviously giving each other flowers as well, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, okay. What are your initial thoughts, though, man?
No, I like the song. It's an interesting song as well, and I love
very interesting.
Kano at times throwing shade at man, asking if he could survive on 140 beats per minute, fam. And also, and also how quite interesting it is, and I think that's the larger conversation about older statesmen in hip hop or whichever genre it is. Specifically in the beginning, how some of the older lots don't get the same accolades, or they won't get the same accolades until the newer comes. You get me? And they get all that. You get me? And it's true with all the grime artists. You know, they put in a lot of work that allowed for a lot of the newer artists now.
New artists to succeed, 100%. And I feel like a lot of them don't feel like they get the flowers that they deserve, because it's like, okay, they're the ones that paved the way for these new artists. They're like, it's in terms of like, obviously these new artists are getting a lot more recognition now. I mean, you know, we have like the likes of Dave, Little Sim, Stormzy winning Brit Awards, you know, like UK rappers back in the day never used to do that, like on the consistent level.
Unless you were Dizzy. Dizzy was like the outlier at best.
He was the outlier, but like he was just, you know, I mean, he won a Mercury Prize as well, Dizzy, but back in Kano's day, how many of those type of UK rappers, UK grime artists, like won big awards like the Brit Awards?
There weren't that many.
No, they weren't. There were hardly any, Kate. There were hardly any. I can't even think of two. You know, no one's there. So I feel like a lot of them, like the likes of Kano, Dizzy, Gets, you know, Skepta, Wiley, they paved the way, man. They paved the way for this newer generation, man. And I just feel like this was a conversation between like a big brother and a little brother. You know, obviously Kano being the big brother and Dave being the little brother. You know what I'm saying?
And to add to that as well, it's quite interesting that this is. I wonder how Dave came up with making this record, because obviously Little Sim, she has a similar record on her album where it's
with Rich.
But the differences have actually on her record. This actually is they're playing both brothers and sister, but the
brother sister, yeah.
And he's just left at home. But
Yeah.
this record is more about. I think I like about this one more is about Dave actually trying to ask for advice about being in the industry, and obviously towards the end about women and stuff like that as well. And I don't know how much advice Kano does give you. I think he gives some, but more of it was asking me has he sort of experienced betrayal and most of these other things as well. But I mean, a really interesting song as well, and it's a good song. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a very good song. And the fact is, this song is about it's about 6 minutes long, 7 minutes long. Yeah, and it didn't even feel like that, bro. Like I actually got lost in their conversation. Like, you know, I was there. Like I got lost in the conversation, man. It was a really interesting angle to take. But I think they executed that really, really well, man. You know, definitely my favorite so far, kid. You know what I'm saying?
I think I agree with you on that as well.
Yeah, definitely my favorite so far. Really good record still. Track number 5 is Raindance featuring none other than my babes Tems, Auntie Tems. You know what I was there. Very interesting to see how this is going to sound as well. I think looking at the producers of this record, I think Jim Legxacy has got a producer credit on this one.
Davis worked on every single record except from the first one
and the last one.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how this one's sounding, bro.
Yeah,
track number 5, Raindance.
Let's get the party started. See you at the bar, you was hardly talking. That's when I knew that your heart was scarring. Friends to lovers need a part to star in. Like, wait, babe, let me ask your pardon. This ain't Gucci, this is Prada, darling. If you want something, you can ask me, darling. Then you started laughing because you think I'm joking, but looking in your eyes is the best thing. Bright lights giving you the red skin. You was in a bad mood when we stepped in. Though you checked out before we even checked in. On the phone, you can't vent to your best friend. The one who gave you the lecture, but I ain't gonna sweat you, babe. I'm a lecture. Catch up with your boy, undress you. Let me tell you why I'm a blesser.
So I came falling away in my you feel the you're me. You know I'm money. You're where I wanna be. My darling, got to see. I love you. I love you. To you, say you want me in the mood. Tryna hide my feelings for you. Don't wanna argue, not for you. Tell me why you're so in denial. Hold me close, don't tell me goodnight. Are you down to get me? Tell me where you're ready. I'm ready.
We can get intimate. The shower when you singing it better than Beyonce. I like the sound of fiance. You know it's not just ring to it. Really when I think of it. Growing up, I didn't ever see marriages. No weddings, no horse, no carriages. I want to do things different and change the narrative. God knows you're a wild child, beautiful child. I need your help. Looking like you come from the 90s by yourself. My mom's 61. Her favorite line to tell her son is, sometimes you wish that you had a girl. I want to take you back to a time, back to a trip. You had that white wine that I never got to sip. And dinner wasn't ruined because you never got to pick. I know that everybody tell me that I'm sick. Cause
so I came in my you feel the same way you're me. You know I'm money. You're where I wanna be. My darling, got to see.
Standing tall. 5'9" brown eyes, she in the brown eyes, in the shimmy, yeah. 5'9" brown eyes, she in the shimmy, yeah. 5'9" brown eyes.
Yeah. No, what, Dave, yeah? I can't lie, bro. He's looking for love, you know.
But Mars, like there's been numerous of verses where he's alluding to like not, you know, trying to find a babe on the previous record and then the other record before, but not seeing marriage.
And even and even K, not even just on this album, on his previous albums as well, bro. Like this guy, like he's really searching for the one, bro. Like he really wants, you know, to find that babe.
Boy, fam.
It's a true lover boy. But listen, I get it, man. The struggle of finding love, yeah, like within itself, even without you being famous, is difficult. But add fame onto it as well, it's even more difficult. Okay, like people think, yeah, that yeah, because you're famous, you know, there's more women that are readily available to you, and that is true.
Yeah, but at least he has more opportunities, isn't it?
He has more opportunities, but it's also more complicated because really and truly, how many of those women are really there for you? Or you know,
the number is quite low, to be honest.
Exactly. Are they there for you, or are they there for the fame and the money? You know, and this is what a lot of like sort of celebrities, like this is a common problem within that sort of world. You know, like a lot of them struggle to find love because they don't really know how many people or how many like they don't know like how sincere people are. You know, they don't know if they're getting with them for the fame or for the money or for the clout. Like so. Yeah, I mean, again, they have a lot more access than people like me and you would have. But at the same time, I don't think that's necessarily a good thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It brings in a lot of complications and a lot of problems that you have to navigate and try to find. And also, they get a lot of candidates from the wrong environment or from the wrong places.
Yes,
or whatever it may be, fam. And you know, that's not where you might find a potential good mate.
And also, it's the lifestyle as well. Like, this is the difficulty of keeping up with the lifestyle. I mean, Dave is somebody, that is always traveling, always working. So, trying to navigate a relationship, you know, through the lifestyle that Dave has is difficult.
He's not there for a whole year, innit?
Exactly. Something. And even if you find the right one, even if you find quote unquote the right one, you know, you may not have time for her. You know, you may not have time for her. You may not have time for her, bro. Unless obviously she sacrifices, you know, her life and she decides to just, you know, travel with you and go with you wherever you go. But like bro, it's difficult, man. Like the lifestyle also plays a part. It also plays a massive part, in being able to find love. But it looks like Dave, he's definitely wants that. You know what's there? Like he wants to settle down. Yeah, and he talks about obviously his mom, which is a common thing in African households. I mean, me and you are African, case, so we know. You know, when you get to a certain age, you know, you've got like your parents and your aunties and your uncles. Oh, when are you getting married? Oh, when are you doing this? When are you having kids? So that external pressure, you know, also comes with, you know, being of a certain culture, of a certain lineage. So it looks like Dave is feeling that pressure as well. Like all of us, you know, feel. So it's just very interesting, man. But it looks like Dave wants to kind of settle down and he wants to find himself a babe, you know. You know what's there. But yeah, no, I like that record. I thought Tems did her thing. Listen, Tems, you see Tems, yeah? Let me tell you, Tems, Auntie Tems. Listen, almost every feature that she appears on, she kills it, man. And she's got such a unique tone to her voice that makes her stand out amongst the rest.
For me, it's like the bassier version of Rihanna, if that makes sense.
Yes.
That's what I compare to every time I
hear it. It's actually a good comparison still. It's a very good comparison, man. Very good comparison. Like she's just got such a sincere and rich tone to her voice, man. Like Tems, you know, like one of the best artists that's out there right now. But yeah, man, like I thought it was a good record, man, you know. Nothing special. I think it was a good record still.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's quite hard to make a really good love song. It's not bad. It's a good song, but to make one that really stands out, it requires you to take a different angle than
Yes.
you normally would, and I think that's the hardest thing to put out because it requires a lot more thought process behind it. But yeah,
but for what it is, it's
yeah,
like I said,
it works.
record, it worked. You know, no one's there. It worked. So okay, moving on to track number 6, another one featuring James Blake is called "Selfish." Run the thing when you're ready, K.
Selfish. What if I'm the reason behind it? What if I'm overprotected with family because of how mine is? What if I'm jealous? Maybe that's what's making me nervous. What if my effort of pulling you closer, pushing you further? What if I'm selfish? What if the reason they call me the greatest is also the reason that me and you living on different pages? What if I'm too much? What if I settled and I didn't fight? What if my fear of doing it wrong's the reason I haven't been doing it right? What if I'm selfish? What if the kids just want to be kids? Don't want to live in and out of the news and chill with boys, don't want to be rich? What if I'm so self-centered that I don't even realize what I could miss? What if I'm falling in the abyss? Maybe it's... Yeah. Maybe it's dark, maybe it's day, maybe it's really nice in the lake. Look at the house, it's bigger than the hills. Maybe it's you, maybe it's me, maybe the video. I gave you my heart, I laid it bare. And you running, you come, your wife is better with me out of the way. What if with me out of the way? What if I'm poison? What if I'm cancer? What if I'm dangerous and I'm wild? Look in my eyes to see in the child. What if he's broken? What if he's scared? What if he's ostracized? What if I see peace? It's just an illusion. Ain't got home, I live in confusion. What if I'm selfish? Forever. Manage the symptoms forever. You can love how you want. No to give is no. Can you fail for a second? Let go of your idea of heaven. No, it's a love. It might be your love. Throw myself in. Snap up from my heart. All that's in. So I escape away. Give you my life, or at least what if I'm selfish? I've done a lot of things I regret. Like announcing our split on a text, don't know why, but I still buy gifts for my ex. Watching the stories to see if she checks. I'm a mess, I don't know if my head's in a game. She told me don't mention her name, I'm suggesting the same. I'ma get through the pain, wanna see the sunshine, gotta get through the rain. Back full of trauma, I left on the train. I'm ashamed for the days that I said that I changed. I'm a cheat, sign a therapist check, crying like a baby in the middle of a Harley Street. Like I'm fighting a sickness that I can't beat, I'm this low. And then I go mad, reflection telling me I'm just like my dad. And this white woman telling me it ain't so bad. Middle of my sentence, she cut me off like, sorry David, we don't have any more time. The appointment till 4 and it's 3:55, bro. I feel like she wouldn't even care if I died. Man, I tried to this and I tried to this therapy shit, bro. I know, wouldn't even say I'm depressed, but I'm low in the Grove, the casino and Edgware Road. I've got too many sins to atone and a voice in my head like, at this point where you should have been rich, like, at this point where you should have had kids, like, at this point should have built you a life, like, look around you, don't you feel you're behind, like, look around you, don't you feel you're behind, like, look around you, don't you feel like, what if I never find love? Don't know if it's scarier, the four of us still together or being alone. I'm so used to being alone. What if I'm somebody nobody wants? What if I'm damaged? Or what if I waited too long and I'm older me? What if I'm colder me? What if I cut off the hand that I hold on me? What if I'm rapidly spiraling, tired and jaded? Or what if I'm faded? Or what if anxiety's growing inside me that I might have left all my blessings behind me? Or what if I'm scared as I touch 27 that you don't appear in my idea of heaven? Or what if I'm selfish?
I can't lie, you were right, fam. The brother's looking for love crazily, fam. Like.
He's looking for love, man. Bro, he's desperate for it. I think at this point, Kate, I think we can say he's desperate to find love.
Yeah, you know? I can't lie. He needs to calmate, man.
Yeah. It looks like there's a void within him, that, you know, that needs to be filled, you know, like amongst all the success that he's having in his personal and professional life, you know, more so in his professional life, so I say, I think he just wants that person to be able to share with, you know.
Yeah, but sorry, I feel like he's looking at things way too negatively. Like especially towards the latter part. But obviously, who am I to say how a man should feel in it?
Of course.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, like you're 27, like you got a strong career. You're doing really well. Like it will come with time, and I understand the environment in which you're in is not the best suited for it. But however, also at least he's holding himself to some point accountable in terms of saying that he's also is selfish, or he said, why am I selfish? And that's not necessarily holding yourself accountable, because he also does admit to cheating on the person and still for dumb reasons buying gifts and stuff like that, which is not a good thing you should do, because you don't allow yourself to sort of to move on. However, it seems like he needs to kind of, you know, make a definite decision in terms of, okay, this person's moved on, I need to move on. Next time, I need to hold myself accountable and not do X, Y, and Z, and also maybe change my prospective candidates to deal with this particular issue. Because now we're sinking deeper into the abyss, and the abyss can get even bigger and bigger. It's like space; you can keep on going on, but we need a conclusion. Hopefully, we get some of that in this album. But yeah,
and also, it's also just looking yourself in the mirror and asking yourself, like, what have I done wrong in this situation? You know, how can I be better? Like in my next situation, like, are there certain things that I need to, you know, let go? Like, are there certain friends I need to stop hanging around with? Is there certain things in my lifestyle that I need to kind of change? So it's also looking at yourself in the mirror and saying to yourself, what can I do better? And also, it's okay. I mean, I kind of mentioned this. I mean, I reacted to Leon Thomas's EP, you know, before like an hour or two ago in it, and I basically said, because Leon Thomas, he's also the type of person that's looking for love, you know, and I mentioned that in the reaction, and I said, Leon Thomas, first of all, you don't help yourself in it, because, you know, there's certain things that you do, and there's certain women that you go for that is just not like.
It's not good. It's gonna end bad, basically.
Exactly. And I what I said to about Leon Thomas is, first of all, you need to find peace within yourself. Yeah, you need to find peace within yourself, and you also need to do the work within yourself and heal. You know, and heal. And a lot of these rappers, a lot of these entertainers, like a lot of them just don't take the time to just be by themselves, to heal, to like just find peace within themselves before going and really seeking a relationship. So. Yeah, I feel like Dave definitely needs to work on himself, and I think, you know, he's a smart brother. I think he knows that as well. And yeah, like I think it's just him just putting things into perspective. Because listen, if you want to find love, you got to also do the work, man. You got to do the work.
Yeah, and you gotta make sure that you don't hurt the other person, innit? To the best.
Yes, and hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, and
you know, hold yourself accountable.
You start texting, bruv,
exactly.
Let's go to no sender. You know them ones, guys.
Exactly. And I know, like I said,
there's no return back,
bro. And I know it's hard as well, because there's so much temptation. You know, especially like we were just saying on the previous song, Dave. Dave has access to you know, a certain type of women that are low. Exactly. And there's plenty of beautiful women around him all the time. So he also needs to exercise some self-control. And also, there may be things, like I said, in his lifestyle that he can change. Maybe, you know, one of the reasons why a relationship hasn't worked for him in the past is because he just hasn't had time. You know, he hasn't been fully committed to it. In a relationship, okay, you already know, you know, I'm married, you're getting married. The relationship takes commitment, bro. It takes 100%. Commitment, bro. It takes commitment, and it takes effort. You understand? You can't just be half-assed. You need to, you know, be committed to the person that you're with. So yeah, man, Dave's got some growing up to do, man. And you know, but it will come. Like you said, he's only 27, man. He's only 27.
He's acting like he's 45, fam. Like, chill, big man.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
Chill, bro. Like, chill. I wonder if this is a way maybe to connect with the audience. But also, it's really quite interesting, because I found one thing that I picked up as well is that, because this is like a ballad of some sort as well, and normally with ballads it's easier to take them in, or to feel much, or for it to, at least for me, to sound more pleasant when someone is singing. And I found sort of the rapping in the beginning a little bit naff, and then when you had James Blake singing, so it's really interesting. Maybe a change in production where it could be more production that's more fitting for Dave's rapping, and then a bit more of a better beat change for the James, then a beat change, or the same as it was for James Blake. You know,
yeah, sonically there could have been a better balance. Yeah, I
yeah,
get you.
yeah.
Sonically,
The
there
rapping
could
is
have been a
quite a
better
little bit like naff and a little bit like
yeah,
rapping over piano. I think. Do you get me? And
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
it
yeah.
needed a little bit more interesting, or maybe him harmonizing a little bit more. Do you get me?
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
With singing, it's also probably the best sometimes way to channel emotions. Like when you
Yes,
hear
it
like
is, yeah.
Kanye Runaway when he's like singing, it's easier to transmit how you feel sometimes singing than it is sometimes with just rapping. Does that make sense? Because
That
really,
makes sense. Makes sense.
really is interesting.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so moving on to track number 7. It's the longest track on this tape. It's almost 8 minutes long, Kev. Lord have mercy. So this is my 27th birthday. This is probably following on from my 25th birthday, which was on the tape that he did with Central CK.
Oh, really?
He had the track called my 25th birthday in it. On that record. So this is called my 27th birthday. So this is probably the sequel to that record. So let's get.
Yeah, but before we jump into it, I'm hoping that it's going to be at least a little bit more positive in the sense, but I don't think so.
Yeah. But I can't like my 25th birthday. That was a track. That was one of my favorite records off of the EP that they did. So okay. Let's see how this one sounds, bro. This is my 27th birthday, track number 7. Let's go.
White fish on the coast of the Caribbean. My life is a film. Hero and villain. I'm playing both in the script worthy of Spielberg or Christopher Nolan. Reading and constant overachieving. I know I ain't as rich as them people with old money, but I didn't know money. They mocked me online for speaking up on all of our issues and being vocal with the shit that I see on socials. But how can I stay silent when I'm out in Barbados, white people mistreating locals, the villa in Jamaica by its owned by the Chinese. Head to the right beach and they're charging us 5 each. They say the Caribbean paradise, like why leave? But how can I be silent when there's blood on the pine trees? Most of us would sacrifice our soul for the right fees. Before I find love, I'm just praying I find peace. Before I find love, I'm just praying I find peace. You know what I believe? I don't know if I handled it well. It's fuck Coca-Cola. Did I stop drinking Fanta as well? I can see the blood on the lyrics I write for myself. I cried about slavery, then went to Dubai with my girl. Surely I ain't part of the problem. I lied to myself. Jewels that my people died for a sign of my wealth. My work is a physical weight on my life and my health. The last couple years felt like I've been inside on a shelf. I just phoned Sench and I said you inspired myself. I don't feel a spot of jealousy inside of myself. But when I'm all alone, I won't lie, I question myself. Am I self-destructive? Am I doing the best for myself? I know I love music, but I question the rest of myself. Like why don't you post pictures? Or why don't you drop music? Or why not do something but sitting and stressing yourself? 10 years I've been in the game and I won't lie, it's getting difficult. This shit used to be spiritual. We don't need no commentators, we can leave that to the sports. Just listen to the music, why do you need somebody's thoughts? And some of it constructive, but the most of it is forced. And why we counting the numbers, how the music make you feel? I'm just...
Hold on, I have to pause it there, but he's getting on to us, bruv. Our commentary is dead, basically.
Yeah, no, that's what he's saying. So, and you know, maybe he's giving also an insight into why he hasn't dropped for so long, because it's been 4 years. You know, that's a long time for a big artist like Dave. You know, and I feel like he's become disillusioned with the music industry. You know, and just music in general. Like, you know, and this giving us an insight into possibly why he's taking so long to drop. You know, and yeah, like I hear it still. I hear it.
White fish on the coast of the Caribbean, my life is a film. Hero and villain, I'm playing both in a script worthy of Oscar and Hollywood nominations. I'm throwing money at women in different denominations and killing the conversation. All the people told me keep grinding, be patient. It's weird being famous, trying to navigate the spaces. Feel like a celebrity, but you ain't on the A-list. And you never drop, so you ain't really on a playlist. But your fans love you can see it on their faces. America feels so close that you can taste it. 2017 was trying to make it to the ranges. 2025, you're trying to make it to the Granges. How do I explain me and my soulmate are strangers that we've already met and I've known of the ages? How do I explain because I'm running out of pages? How do I explain South London and its dangers? Can't recall the last time that we was all together, but all I can remember the Olympics was in Beijing. Moved to Dubai, that's for the taxes that they take in. Or moved to Qatar, feel the breeze on the beach. But how can I explain to my kids that it's fake win free, but I'm broke, happy feeling like I'm I'm caged in. How do I explain 2 pounds got you 8 wings? How do I explain my ops lost but we ain't win? Girls I'm around had surgery on their hips. How do I explain that I love her the way she is? How do I explain my feelings of having kids? Now it wasn't what it was, but it is what it is. How do I explain my niggas are in the hood and they don't ask for nothing even though they know they could? Cause they rather trap, rob and get out on their own. How do I explain these messages on my phone? I just got a call, my girl sitting in the car and it says Serge, but Serge with us in the car. I know I might sound like a villain from afar. How do I explain that my mechanic is a chick? Or why is she calling me when I don't even know the whip because my license is revoked? I mean, how do I explain that I don't want to heal because my identity is pain? How do I explain? How do I explain? I went and hit the streets because I didn't want a boss. I ended up at work, I was barely getting paid for someone that was 2 years above me in my age. I didn't even find it strange. I mean, how do I explain? Yeah. 52 miles from Marseille, I'm in Miraval. 4 years, 17 days, I ain't been around. I can't lie, it even shocks me that I'm still around. I can't lie, it even shocks me how I'm living now. Staring at this Rachel Jones painting and I'm sitting down. The last thing I drew was a weapon, I'm living wild. Turned 27, but I feel like I'm still a child in this house out in central London I can barely afford. 6 months sober and I feel like I'm Dave again. Drinking all my pain and my sorrows away again. I got withdrawals. But they happen at ATMs. Next 2 years, I'll be looking at ATMs. Who's the best artist in the world? I'm saying Tems. Maybe James Blake or Jim on the day, depends. Let's see who quits now we ain't getting paid again. Yeah. I'm just here drinking liquor by myself. Is my music just becoming a depiction of my wealth? Never trust a girl whose lock screen's a picture of herself. I had to learn that shit. Now I'm sitting by myself with no girl. Like shit, I really did this to myself. 27 and I'm terrified of living by myself because there's a kid inside myself I haven't healed. And me and him debate each other. I can't love myself. I'm made from 2 people that hate each other. My parents and save each other, made each other unhappy. Used to be excited by the block. My size doesn't matter. You supplying it or not, sling a shot. I could have really killed a giant with a rock, but that's a life that I forgot. And my young boys are sliding over what? I don't know, because I ain't spoke to him in time. Ain't afraid of getting older, scared of being left behind. And then I question, will I live my life in resent? Is anybody ever gonna take my kindness for strength? I gave Tisha the world, who weren't enough, and then she went. Everybody's making content, but nobody's content. Safe space, can I vent? It crept up. My girl cheated on me when I was next up. It made me want to even more, and it's messed up. I'm still walking around the bell with my chest out. I don't want to leave my house because I'm stressed out. You done me dirty, you didn't even tell a lie. It ain't about what you said, it's what you left out. My whole I've been feeling like I'm left out. If you fuck the girl, she say you cheated on her. And if she fuck another man, she say she stepped out. And if you ask about Dave, they say the best out. And I survived all these errors, car barely made any. I'm just speaking how I feel. Fucked up speaking how I feel. Recording to the morning, I ain't even had a meal. I dropped Joni home and fell asleep behind the wheel. Driving at 100 an hour, I switched gears. I ain't spoke to 169 in 6 years. Don't even get me started on this shit's weird. Call me what you want, but with music I'm sincere. You wanna know the reason it's taken me 4 years? It's not because I'm surrounded by yes men and sycophants. It's because I'm with producers and people that give a damn. It's me who's gotta carry the pressure, I live with that. All I thought about is the song we could give the fans when I was out there getting stood up by artists I'm bigger than. I don't want no girls around when my nieces they visit, man. They might see the way that I'm living, I figured that. I wanna be a good man, but I wanna be myself too. And I don't think that I can do both, so I can't let her too close. It hurts, but I'm still moving. Feel like it's me versus me, and I'm still losing, still losing, still losing, still losing.
Yo, my boy, did you say what you said? You know I'm gonna have to check you in your fucking butt. More like my guy. And sooner, don't even watch that. What are you saying though, bro? I know you got space one of them 8-minute, 9-minute tracks to give me a shout. Tell the people that my story. The man already know what I was. The man don't know my thing. Come on, bro. I know you got me. Alright, lastly, my sis, Tamar. I beg you check in with her. Please make sure she's blessed. Well, make sure she's safe. Hey, sooner on my way. Love.
I knew that was one of his guys that had been in prison, blood.
Mhm.
Calling from the jail cell, you know what I'm saying? Yo, okay, that was a lot. I can't lie. There was a lot in there, bro, to digest. There was a lot. I don't even know where to start from, man.
I think for me, I'm starting, bruv. Yo, if you're sitting out here, you're drinking, bruv. Like, honestly, pay for the Kroski, bruv, you need
You
some.
need help. You need help, man. You know,
But I'm
but I
wondering
think Dave.
of this is just like musical fiction. Do you get me? Like, how real is this?
No, I
Yeah.
think Dave. I think it's real because Dave comes across as the type of guy that, like, you know, a lot of the stories that he tells is from his life experiences, isn't it? You know, he's not the type to make up something just to sell records or just to do it for shock value. I think a lot of this, the bulk of this, is real life. You know. So yeah, because I'm not surprised with the drinking thing because Dave has made reference to this in the past before. He's made
Really?
reference to about him drinking, about him being depressed. Like it's real, man. It's real. It's real.
Yeah,
It's real. It's real.
I thought this record is like one of those like long monologues where someone is like venting everything that's like they're dealing with and what they think about, and it just shows like how someone is like depressed, and it feels like that listening to this entire album almost, and also what the title theme actually is, and what because it says in a title theme here. What is it again? A young brave shepherd David to play the harp to soothe him as he was troubled by evil spirits. So again, all of these evil spirits, not necessarily the evil spirits, but again, all of these problems, whether it be about the love life, the drinking, their sort of guiltiness of making and living this lifestyle. Some people that have died have not. All of those things are like just what troubling him and is on his psyche, and he's literally venting out on all of this album as well. And I think this is mostly epitomized by this 7 minutes and 51-second record, which is sort of summarizes 27-year life on the earth, and a lot of it is just, I think at present moment, quite a lot of sadness actually.
Yeah, depression, sadness,
well.
anxiety. Yeah, anxiety. You know, just fear. You know, it's just a lot. Because I mean, see, Dave, he's experienced a lot, man, and those type of scars that you have, you know, when you're growing up, they stay with you, man. They stay with you, and I feel like, you know, it's definitely stayed with Dave, man. And listen, this is a perfect example. Money can't buy happiness. You know, success can't buy happiness. It can't because Dave has a lot of things that people on this earth don't have. You know, in terms of resources, this in terms of money, this in terms of clout, status. But look, he's still, you know, he's still unhappy. He's still drinking. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a perfect example. Okay, a perfect example of that, bro.
And I love the first part of the record where he just talks about this hypocrisy, like supporting certain businesses or certain institutions and like being against certain business, certain institutions. So this hypocrisy. So for example, I think he's talking about, what's it called? What's it called? The next time he went some, and then after that he went to Dubai. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I cried about slavery, then went to Dubai with my girl. Do you get me? These hypocrisy. I love that part. And then obviously the second part of it is mostly what we get with other songs. And I feel like this is kind of me being a bit harsh, but I feel like the second part of it, we kind of already heard it streamlined with loads of other songs on the album. And I think he could have made this record a much shorter, much punchier. Maybe just focus on the alcoholism. Maybe sprinkle that part on the other records on the album and just remove this part. Or if he wants to make the 27th birthday record, not mention it on the other album, because we feel like it's almost like, well, me personally, I feel like it's a repeat of a lot of the themes and stuff that he said on the previous and other records. But the big substantial thing that we are getting about is the alcoholism, which I think is quite standard, and also, of course, the hypocrisy as well.
But, and even he said, drinking all my pain and all my sorrows away again. You know, 6 months sober, and I feel like I'm Dave again. I've got withdrawal symptoms, but they happen at ATMs. I mean, that's right there.
That's a good line.
That's a good line. And also, him talking about the fact that, like, I think he said, "Do I really want to heal?" Because I'm paraphrasing, but he's basically saying, like, "Do I really want to heal from my problems?" Because, like, the pain that I exude in my music is what makes me me. That's basically what he was saying. Okay, and it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting because we all know. Okay, like, I mean, we've listened to so many albums. Like, a lot of great music, a lot of generational music, and a lot of generational albums come from artists that are dealing with pain or that I've dealt with pain and heartbreak, you know. So Dave is basically saying, like, if I do heal, if I do, you know, find peace, like, am I going to be Dave? Like, is my music going to hit the same, you know? And it's crazy to think about it, bro. Like
I mean, yeah, it is a conflict that, like you're saying, plenty of artists that we both love have you know, gone through it. But the problem is, you do not want to become an artist that lives in a cycle in which that you need to fuel your writing. I think that's the worst, because then you get into really destructive cycles that can end up losing your life, or you end up in jail, or something crazy happens. But also, people need to also understand, just because you are in a better place doesn't mean that problems don't still happen. Do you get me? And I feel like also it's a virtue. I feel like the problem is with a lot of Western music, or a lot of Western problem music, we always get the perspective from troubled people making music, but never from a person who's got not like who can deal with issues, but also presenting on how about to deal with those issues. Do you get me? How do you go about, you know, being a better partner? Do you get me? To dealing with these problems and stuff like that. And I feel like now you can still transition to that. Do you get me? And you can still make some great music. Do you get me? I don't think you need, pain will always happen. However, I don't think you need to be in pain to make great music. You just need to be a good musician, and that is in itself. So
yeah, it's just a lot of self-doubting, man, in this record. And one line, K, before we move on, I can't love myself. I'm made from two people that hate each other. Obviously, he was talking about his parents. My parents couldn't even save each other, made each other happy. So he's basically saying the root of his issues, the root of his unhappiness stems from stems from his parents.
I hear that, but you need to frame it differently. You need to like. I think in some situation, in most situation, you can take a different perspective of it as well. And I think, I think you need to, because the problem is, if you take a negative perspective on it and you hold that close to your heart and your chest, it's going to destroy you, and then you're gonna end up doing things and hurting yourself, and you and other people around you are going to suffer, and that's not what you want. It's not
exactly.
Not what you want.
Exactly. I'm just hoping Dave can find some peace, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he needs to. After hearing this album, and specifically this last verse of him, Alcoholism, I'm like, okay, cool. This is like I feel like I'm starting to enjoy the album less. Does that make sense? Like,
okay, because it's depressive. Yeah,
but again, I've heard of albums that are dark and that are hard and that are difficult, but I feel like, again, this is more like, I don't need you from this. I don't need an album about you talking about your problem, because a lot of artists do that. Like, you can do it to a certain extent, but I don't want that to be the whole album.
To overdo it. I don't want you to overdo it.
I want you to actually go get help. Do you get me? Because we see this. Like, me, you have listened to music. We read articles. Like, we've seen this story a million times. We don't want that repeat of that.
We've heard. Yeah, and we've heard, obviously, I've heard this from Dave before on the first album, especially Psychodrama. It wasn't so much on the previous album, We Are All in This Together. That was a more upbeat, more it was a more upbeat album. But yeah, he's kind of gone back to the sort of like depressive state, even though yes, all of the album's not like this, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But moving on to track number 8, it's called Marvellous. Let's hope that, if the track is called Marvellous, let's hope that,
it's upbeat.
It's upbeat and more optimistic and more positive. Like, let's go.
He feel marvelous. He robbed the man and he feel marvelous. Just only 17, he got that dog in him. I used to see him at my church, it was his margin. We know this kid for kicking ball and he was hard. He could have made a professional, had a trial, we told him you got a chance. My God, we said the streets ain't nothing nice, he said let's ski. He's trying to take a trip and put that to the test. He's trying to turn 4.5 into a 9. We fight that shit into destiny, make it stretch. First time I ever met him, I said he's blessed. But he can't even keep it real with himself. On my stroke, if he's lying to me. Ask my young boy what he's trying to be. And he don't want a good girl, he want a hoe. He don't want a good job, he want a gun. And he don't want to kick ball, he want a bar. And he don't wanna make friends, he wanna gang. And he don't wanna stack money, he wanna bang. How my young boys so different, I don't know, but I pray to God. How my young boys so different, I don't know, but I pray. He feel incredible. He's showing man, he feel incredible. Just side trapping 22 until he's terrible. He wanna travel to the States, he's ineligible. Said he's a criminal, now he's doing numbers on his phone. Got youngers of his own. A Glock the man and bought him and a Russian of his own. He's got some pagans that he thieves, evading the police, but going crazy from the day he got released. Cause now he's in a Cali, we grab a leaf, cocaine, Hennessy, robberies, bank fraud, OT, enemies. He fuck with the Leah, fuck a Lisa, Stephanie. And he got some cases we don't know if he can ever be. And he look at us like we some people he could never be. We should have never made our youngest older 17. All I ever wanted was for you to be a better you. All I ever wanted was for you to be a better me. Fuck about salary, just side smoking celery. Started recreationally, but now they do it medically. It's weighing on me, that shit weighing on me heavily. I think about it regularly, just started some jailhouse. In penitentiary and charged up with mentally. Facing them potentially, but he was just protecting me. Before he even suspected me, just know my youngin' next to me. He don't want a good job, he wanna go. And he don't wanna get a mood, he wanna go. And he don't wanna make friends, he wanna gang. And he don't wanna stack money, he wanna bang. How my young boys so different, I don't know, but it's okay. How my young boys so different, I don't know, but it's
So that was marvelous. That I didn't really see that coming. I can't lie. Off the rip, that's the weakest track so far on this album, in my opinion.
You're not feeling this?
Yeah, like it's not a terrible record. It's not bad, but for me, it's the weakest so far, innit? You know.
Why do you feel like it's the weakest record? Like, why don't you like it?
I don't know, because I don't know. I just think first of all, the production I feel like was just this is very simplistic, man. It didn't really have any it didn't really have any, not even variation to it, but like it just seemed very just basic and just very loopy and very monotone, and it just like, for me, Dave can do better than this. You know, that's how it felt like to me. Like, it felt very like beneath Dave. You know, like Dave he's I can say now, he's a world-class artist. Like he is like he's a very good artist. So I feel like something like this, man, you know, was just kind of undervaluing Dave a bit, you know. I just felt that he could do just better than this, just from a production standpoint. I mean, he was spitting, you know, like he was spitting.
I like the story and what he's trying to say, but I kind of agree with you. Sense, I agree with you.
Yeah, the production sense. I just feel like it was kind of a bit cheap, you know. But like, he was spitting, bro. Like, you know, and I like the fact that he, you know, he kind of switched up a bit. Like it was kind of like a singy sort of chorusy hook in it, you know. Like it's quite catchy, to be fair. But like, I just think from a production standpoint, I feel like he cheapened himself out a bit, man. You know, it could have been much better, bro. Like, put this on a different production. I feel like this definitely could have been one of the strongest on the tape. But from a production standpoint, I feel like it was kind of weak still. So like, it wasn't my favorite record by any means. So I think this is definitely the weakest so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I think the story was quite interesting. Obviously,
it was,
but more or less about this young guy who actually is not taking any direction from his elders when they tell him not to go on the street stuff, and he doubles down, and then he turns into this I don't know, kingpin, or I don't know, at least a full-time drug dealer as well. But I kind of agree with you in terms of the production. I do think that he needs to sort of, I don't know, be even more dynamic in his and sometimes in his production, and trying to see different ways on how to sonically deliver a story in a different way than this. This is quite more monotonous with this like loopy guitar, and the chorus it's alright, man, but it's very melodramatic.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's not one of the strongest records, but I do like the story. I do like the story.
Yeah, I do like the story. Yeah. I think from a conceptual standpoint and from a storytelling standpoint, I feel like it was good. It was good, but like, because of the production was just very. It was just quite cheap for me. It kind of ruined the experience in it. But yeah, it wasn't a bad record whatsoever, Kate. It wasn't a bad record. Like this, a record like this could be a lot of rappers' best tracks on albums, innit? But this is how like the level for Dave is different compared to a lot of artists. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but that's just a testament to how much he's improved and how great of an artist he now is. So yeah, man. But track number 9, okay. Well, we're nearly there. Track number 9. It's called Fairchild with Nicole Black. I don't know who that is, but let's wait and find out, man.
Yeah, and this, bro, I can't lie, fam. This is. I don't want no judgment, fam. You know them ones, bro. This is made by yourself, fam. So you need to be as unbiased as possible, fam.
Yeah. I'll try and be, bro. I'll try and be. Yeah, let's go, okay. Let's go. Oh my days.
She was 24. Last week told me something you can't be ready for. I'm on the death of our innocence. Let the Henny pour. Some weeks ago she was in a cab. I felt sick to my stomach because when I listened back, the driver was acting forward. I should have drawn a line. She wasn't worried about it. It happens all the time. All the time, said it happens all the time. A little conversation, that's just all it is. Ask a couple questions and he'll call it quits. He ain't even have to ask her where she lives. She was headed to this venue with a couple friends and I was working late, said I'd collect her when the party ends. She got into this no phone party. You know the ones where guys have their phones and all the women there don't. I threw one of them last week, so I don't want to speak. When I think about this shit, it cuts deep. She said, Tamar, she like my little sis. So when I asked her to explain to me the story, she said this. I caught a vibe with a guy and then from the off, but something was off. Offering me pills and offering me shots and off of my head. Couldn't even say if I was sober or off of my head. I could have danced for days, wouldn't have been no surprise. Let's have a good night. They turn to have a good night when all the men start drinking. And then they feel entitled to more than opinions. You know how that goes. A man come to the girls like, fucking, let me get your snap in it. Add me back in it, fucking. What are you doing after this? You want? What's wrong? Why are you feeling so stiff? Come back to the AP, what, friend? What? Don't worry about her. You ain't her dad, that's long. I follow her home, call her a cab or what? I feel like I've seen you before. You from Bex, you know, Tems, fucking. Are you getting back to ends? And I ain't saying that's weird, but it kinda is. She busy throwing up, he's trying to take her to the crib, but that's the culture of the club, right? All games fair. And if she don't like it, why she there? These times she just wanna go home. She don't wanna go alone with no battery on her phone, and all her friends are trying to stay. Cause they're going to somebody's after party in a house that's out the way, and then she blacked out. She was gonna leave with him, but something fell off, and then she backed out. When I heard about the time, tried to make her home alone, she said,
At Archway, I got out the car. It's quiet and I'm walking up this long hill. Faint sound, cold chills. I swear I just heard a familiar voice. Inside of the club, outside of the club. Was it that first cab? I swear I know the voice. Think fast, that's my only choice. He's coming up, I hear him running up. I ran and I tripped, I fell and I buckled. My belt in a buckle, my keys in my knuckles. He's grabbing my head. I'm screaming to stop, I'm hitting him hard, it's turning him on. The burning is gone, my body is so cold, I'm frozen and fit, except in my fate. His hands on my waist, I think that I threw my keys in his face. I ran and he chased, I stumbled on a group of 3 that were leaving. I ran towards them, didn't notice that my feet, they were bleeding. And that's when I called, praying that you be there recording. The only person that I know who's up at 3 in the morning. I sound mad, but if you ain't a girl, I guess you don't know the feeling of watching what you wear because you're worried about making it home. Walking with your phone to your ear and you ain't on the phone. Can't walk on the side of the pavement alone. Everyone's a fucking good guy and they're making it known, but I'm just making it known that if you ain't a girl, I guess you don't know the feeling of checking the child log or seeing the air tag. A 5-minute walk home feeling like 5 miles. Maybe if these people would police our cities where they police our bodies, then maybe fucking hell. Maybe every woman that I know wouldn't be stuck as well. Danger doesn't look like no killer in a mask. It looks like that flirty cab driver and guys that feel entitled just standing in a section. Short temperamental ones who struggle with rejection. I ain't poor.
I was in so deep, she thought violence was affection. I know some women wouldn't want a man's help because so many of them want the same reward for their protection. Danger doesn't look like no killer in a mask. It looks like that kid in the group chat that jokes about, and he won't ever stop because there's no one to correct him. And he might even think the system will protect him. Algorithm gonna find some people just like him. They hate women too, okay, yeah, fuck it, let's connect him. Homicidal, femicidal shit on their suggested. Somebody just asked you on a date, it was your dentist. He just went downstairs and got your number from reception. Used to be nice, said I remind him of his little girl. 2 weeks later, he wants a sexual connection. Danger doesn't look like no killer in a mask. Who you even talking to? Women hunted down by the people they say reported to. Honestly, I wouldn't have the solitude or fortitude. Try and humanize you, she could be somebody's daughter you. As if that's the reason that them fellas shouldn't slaughter you. God forbid that they offend the people you're belonging to. Objectify you just the way I do in every song. Tomorrow's never. Can't trust guys, she never lied. No men aside, the femicide, the cat calls, the long stairs, the kind words, the lines blurred, call her out. Personator, who know a victim, don't know a perpetrator. Am I one of them? The men of the past, the cat called, I spoke in the bars, I'm complicit, no better than you. I told stories of, sit on the fence, it's hardly an option. You either part of the solution or part of the problem.
Wow.
I like this song, you know. I like
it, bro. I like it.
And I think I like quite a lot how he's we got, so he was telling it from the female perspective, and then had the female telling her side of the story. But I think the most important thing is with the way they were highlighting who the perpetrators may be, in that it's just everyday people who don't get checked, or everyday men who don't get checked, or everyday men who just allow certain behavior to go on. Do you get me? Or they can't even handle rejection, and they being those individuals that end up perpetrating these terrible crime, or even maybe like catcalling or making certain women feel unsafe, and etc. And yeah, I really like this song. And
same.
This production is not bad. It's not bad. It's very simple.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
Backdrop for Dave. I think a lot of these records are like backdrop for Dave just to
Dave to go off. Yeah.
Which is a love and hate for me. I think sometimes you want some. Again, he's a rapper, innit? Sometimes you want a little bit of dynamicness, a little bit of change here and then. But what about you?
Yeah, no, same, K. And like I said, I love the perspective of this record, and I think definitely it's basically highlighting the sort of that alpha male, better male sort of culture that has really stemmed through society, bro. You know, like the likes of Andrew Tate, and you know that man there. You know, like that those type of individuals that have literally no respect for women. They feel like they're better than women. They feel like women have no place in society. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like it's definitely highlighting that sort of the rise in that sort of culture, you know. I know in EastEnders, I don't know if you've been watching, K, like they've had like a storyline, you know, that is in reference to what this song, to what this song is about, bro. Like they have a current storyline with a character called Joe. Is it Joel or Joel? And he's just like into all of this like Andrew Tate stuff, and he has no respect for women, and he feels like, you know, women are just beneath him, and they've taken that from that big Netflix show. Was it called Adolescence? Adolescence.
That's the reason why EastEnders are doing that, because it's quite, and also it's quite heavy on the news. But anyway,
it's a heavy topic right now. You know, it's definitely a heavy topic right now. But I really love the girls part, man. You know, I feel
and the flow was nice as well. Like she was,
her flow was nice. Yeah,
quite nice on it. Yeah,
she put the energy, she put the perspective on it, and even just hearing certain things like, you know, how a lot of women are scared to even walk on one side of the pavement. How like a lot of women also, you know, pretend to be on the phone, you know,
Yeah.
when they're walking, and how like walking 5 minutes feels like walking 5 miles. Like bro, this is real life things that women go through on a daily basis, bro. Like this is
how
real
they
life.
feel
So,
being a woman, like just navigating the world when it's like dark or after a night out, or even in the club, or even with a cab driver. Do you get me? That us as guys, we don't feel at all.
It's like the lack of protection, the fear in you know, in being abused or just touched up, you know, without their consent.
Drugged as well, like blacked out, getting drugged, you know, it was before in the drink.
This is a really strong record, man, for real. Really, really strong record, man.
It's a strong record for sure.
It's definitely a strong record still. So okay, we're finally here. Last track on the album. It's called obviously it's called The Boy Who Played Harp, which is the album title, you know, and it's solely produced by a certain person, you know. So okay, let's not even waste time. Let's run it, bro.
Yeah,
this is the final track of the album, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder, what would I do in the next generation? In 1940, if I was enlisted to fight for the nation, in 1960, if I had to fight for the rights of my people and laid out my life on the line so my grandkids could live a life that's peaceful, would I be on that? Would I be front line? That's what I'm thinking. If I was alive in the 1912 and the Titanic and it was sinking, who am I saving? Am I fighting women and children, or am I waiting? I wonder. What would I do in the next generation? Battle of Kabbalah. If they captured me for the sake of my father, would I stand on my honor like Hussein did and told him to make me a martyr? Would I get smarter? Forgive my oppressor, stick to the creed. If I got locked inside like Nelson Mandela but never was free, I see a white man dance to rumba. Ain't studied Patrice Lumumba, but get on the stage and sing like Zumba, like Jaja Sunga. Wonder, what would I do in the next generation? Would I fight for justice? Is it the reason my mum named me David? How can you be king? Don't speak for the people. That man try to draw me out and compare like me and these niggas are equal. I'm a black man exposed of saying my music's socially conscious, while the man control the responses. This world's gone totally bonkers. I sometimes wonder, what would I do in the next generation? But I'm knowing the answer. Because what am I doing in this generation? Afraid to speak, I don't want to risk in my occupation. We got kids in the occupation. Our parents, they wouldn't get that. The people that died for our freedom spoke on justice, couldn't accept that. I caught by the money in all my accounts, so why don't I speak on the West Bank? Remember, growing up prejudiced, the damage 7/7 did. Extremists and terrorists. I was afraid of the Taliban. Can't speak out on illegal settlers now. I'm afraid of a shadow ban. What would I do in the next generation? Critiquing African leaders for selling our country's natural resources to the West for peanuts. If they don't hear, they'll feel us. I question what I'm alive for. Can you say you're alive if you ain't got something you're willing to die for? What am I willing to die for? What am I doing in this generation? I get in my head sometimes. I feel like I'm in despair. That feeling of total powerlessness. I get that stinking feeling that good ain't defeating evil. I put their pain on vinyl, but feel like that shit ain't moving the needle. Retweeting people, raising awareness. In all fairness, ain't gonna bring Chris back to his parents, but there's no other option. It's a protest, gotta stand and protest. Cause they want man silenced, cause they want man dead, and they want man hopeless. In the next generation, I spoke with my ancestors in the night and I showed them. They spoke with tears in their eyes for the brothers they lost and said it was progress. How can it be progress? I asked them, confused, disgusted. They said, David, just so you could fight us, you know how much suffering touched us. And you got a chance. We come from a time and a place where you couldn't get justice. Had to find peace and the fact that we all answer to the one that we trusted. And in our generation, we did do peaceful protests just like you, burnt buildings just like you, did boycotts just like you, sat in a hostel powerless, did feel powerless just like you. And I know that it may sound strange, but we made some change and we're just like you. I know that you question your character. I know that you suffer in silence. I know that it don't feel right when you go to the club in Victoria Island. Because how can you dance in a club there's 100 people begging outside? I know the sins of your father. I know that you're desperate to fight them. So step in your purpose. Speak for your people. Share your secrets. Expose your emotions. You might not see, but there's people that need it, never demand it. And if God can grant it, manifest it and receive it. Your name is David, and the covenant sacred. You got a promise, so keep it deep. That man talking the thing, but I bleed it. Man want to speak on the scene, but I've seen it. Tried in the fire, but I get some anointed. Kano passed me the torch, I received it. God told me, believed it. Shout hollow man, cause he helped me achieve it. I'm the youngest of my brothers. Father, he's the burden on our mothers. Give these niggas money, see their colors. Don't mix me with them, I'm not the one. Riding the mist of summer when it comes. I'm Abraham, sacrifice the son. Where I'm from, they sacrifice the son. Hold up, I ain't finished, I ain't done. My ancestors told me that my life is prophecy. And it's not just me, it's a whole generation of people gradually making change. They ain't a greater task, shift that, make a name, make a start. They'll know what they're facing when they ask. With the will of David in my heart, the story of the boy who played the harp.
That was cold. That was cold. That was cold. That was cold. I can't lie. Fraser T, say no more. Say no more. But I can't lie. You didn't do nothing. You know, Dave is the one that carried this. I can't.
Yeah.
Again,
it's one of those like it's like a platform.
Yeah.
But
platform,
again, it wasn't bad. So we have to give Fraser T.
We have to give Fraser T. Yeah, we have to give him credit, bro.
Give him a good platform at least.
Yeah, yeah. No, this was hard, bro. This was hard.
I like this song. I like this song.
Hard, bro.
And I like it for the fact because it's questioning what you would do in the face of injustice, specifically in the past and now in the present as well, and not cowering in the face of injustice as well, which is quite easy to do.
Yeah, especially once, like I said, once you reach a certain level, because there's so many things on the line. There's brand deals, there's this, there's that. Like, are you still going to keep your morals intact, or are you going to sort of, you know, kind of turn the other cheek and yeah, just, you know, but yeah, no, man, like, yeah, Dave was asking a lot of questions in this record, man, and he was speaking on a lot of societal topics, bro. And bro, I thought this was hard, man. I thought his flow, his delivery, bro, I have to give it up, bro. Like this was a
I think it's a quite strong close into the album. I really like this song. And also one thing I enjoy it is when he's talking to his ancestors. Obviously, I think conversation more or less with himself, but he's imagining having a conversation with his ancestors and talking about what progress actually means, you know.
Yeah.
Did they really make progress? Do you get me? What's the sacrifice worth it, and what's the reason for it? And it came in, and because I've been watching a lot of political stuff on YouTube, I think I spent most of my time doing it, and a lot of it was also down to the whole, you know, so Esther Klein is this journalist. I can't remember for which particular network, so to speak, as well. And he's talking about the whole Charlie Kirk situation, and he had another black guy as well, and he was again rightfully, you know, getting onto him about the views they had. But also, he made a very interesting point in line, and he was saying that loads of people sacrificed, knowing full well that they were not gonna see the fruits of their labor, you know, but they still sacrifice themselves
for the next generation.
For the next generation, and it's quite
very selfless. Yeah,
it's very selfless, and we have been the benefits of it. And I can imagine.
Yes, we have.
From the 40s and 50s, especially the Caribbean lots that came earlier here, and the amount of racism that they faced.
Yeah, the Windrush.
Yeah, like, and that could also be in the earlier parts of the NHS, and now, you know, someone now who works in the NHS and able to enjoy, you know, to work in much higher position than our probably previously would. And also now that there are so many legislations and stuff that stops the discrimination, and now we are actually in an era where there is a threat of those very foundation and fabric, you know, by many other actors as well. So I think this is quite a timely song, and I think for a lot of us who are ethnic minorities and stuff like that, we need to continue to be strong in ourselves and continue to join the relevant group to help to fight these particular things, but also to be willing to sort of to stand up and to continue to fight these particular battle, because I was dumb to think that it's impossible to roll back some civil rights that have been achieved, but it seems that that could be a possibility. So we have to I think we basically owe our ancestors. That's basically it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And we have to pay our debt. So I think now going further, I always got that in mind. So I do my little best, whether that might be boycotting certain institutions where I can, paying certain niggas where I can. Do you get me? You get me? Like speaking truth to power wherever I can, with the little that I can, just to do that. And I think that helps us at least to live in a much fairer and much more balanced society that helps humanity overall. And we do not roll back to a time in which that, frankly, I don't think people who are agitators want to live in that particular place, because it was not fun or nice for anyone. But yeah, that was my long minute.
No. That's a lovely way to sum it up, Kay. And yeah, just I'll quickly say that when Dave is talking about certain topics like this, you can just tell the passion in his voice. You understand? Like, you can tell that he really cares about stuff like this, you know? Like, yeah. So shout out to Dave, man. But Kay, that was the Boy Who Played Harp, you know, Dave's third studio album. Just to give a quick summary, man, what are your thoughts and feelings, bro? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it's a good album. I think it's quite monologue and it's quite heavy, and I think that the production could have been varied and more interesting and maybe
expansive.
More expansive, and also not include the sort of same topic and same theme on all the record as well. Kind of remove certain parts and making a little bit more leaner, and that would have allowed it for an interesting and maybe even a beautiful and more of a heartfelt experience. Rather than for most part, for me, I felt like a really difficult experience to listen to. However, there is a lot of great stuff that you have pointed out, whether that might be certainly the production element, I think, for most part, but most of it is the lyrics and what he's talking about. So overall, I think I give this album, for me, a strong 6 to a light 7. It's a good album, a lot of good stuff, but I think it could have been even better. But my most takeaway is that I like Dave as an artist. I love the perspective that he's talked about, but I want him to get help. That's what I want. That's what I'm taking away the most. Get help, and get help and work on becoming even a better musician. And I promise you, you still will have even a better career, and you'll find the goal that you want. Do you get me?
Yeah, for real, no, for real. But yeah, no, I could the same sentiment. So I think there's a lot of good things about this album. You know, there's a lot of good things. There's certainly a lot more good things than bad. You know, there's only a couple of constructive criticisms that I can give the tape. I mean, you rightly pointed it out. You know, I feel like the production could have been a bit more expansive. I feel like I feel like in some parts it was quite repetitive, you know, like so maybe Dave could have gone in a different direction on a couple of the records. But I think for the most part, man, this is a good album, man. You know, the fact that Dave has been away for 4 years and has come back and given an album like this, you know, I definitely commend him, man. It could have been better, you know. It's not the perfect album. And I feel like if they just tweak a few things here and there, this could have been really, really good still, you know. But like I said, it's still a good album. There's definitely a lot of songs here that I'll be added to my playlist, you know. And yeah, like this is definitely one of the best UK rap albums that have been released this year. I mean, the UK has definitely, in terms of rap albums, bro, like they've definitely come hard with it.
You said Legxacy, you really like this album. Now
Jim Legxacy, Jim Legxacy, bro. Just in general, I think UK music is in a very, very great place. It's in the best place it's ever been. You know, because even if you look outside of rap, you know, you've got Salt, who released a very good project earlier this year. You know, obviously Young Teflon released a good project earlier this year as well. You've got Odile. You know, then if you go outside traditional black on black music, you've got the likes of Ray. Lola Young, you've got Olivia Dean.
Olivia Dean's album, didn't you?
Olivia Dean, FK Twigs as well. FK Twigs as well. Like,
Sam Fender as well. Sam Fender as well.
Fender.
You know, social issues as well, kind of a bit like Dave as well. So yeah.
Yes, Sam Fender. So bro, British music, UK music is experiencing a very good peak right now, you know, and we still got a couple more albums to go. Nux is releasing his album next week, you know. I know Jazz Karis released something today that Zenja's gonna review, you know. So bro, like it's looking very, very good for UK music, man, and UK artists in general. So yeah, man, Dave, we salute you, you know, good album. And I'll be very interested to see what direction he's gonna go in for the next project. I hope, Kay, that you know, you mentioned that. I hope he gets some healing, man. You know,
none of that sitting alone and drinking, bro. Like that.
Yeah, we don't want that.
That for me is like, yo, you reach the dark place. Like that.
Exactly. We don't want that. We don't want that for Dave.
Red flags. Do you get me?
Yeah, we don't want that because at this point in your career, man, and at this point in your life, you need to kind of, you know, because life is short, bro. Life is short, man. Like, what's like you've accumulated all this success, all this wealth. Like, what is it for if you can't enjoy it? You know. So I really 100%. Hope that Dave, even just for himself and the people around him, man, he gets some help and, you know, he's able to just be happy, man, and be at peace, you know, because he deserves that, man.
As a human being, you deserve it, man. Like
you deserve it, man.
We're only here for a short period of time. We all going to die. Do you get me? And exactly. The earth is not going to last for a very long time. We are slither of the time of, you know, on earth, but we live a slither of time. So we need to try to make it as much a habitable and a happier place for everyone. Do you get me? And
exactly,
and Dave, if you are in a position where you can get it, go for it. Trust me, bro. It doesn't matter if you're selling windows and shit. Like fuck them.
Yeah.
You already won.
You've already won, bro. You've already won. You made it out the hood, man. You've already won. Like, and you're doing things that a lot of people would want to do. So, like, shout out to you, Dave, man. But yeah, okay. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. This is the album review, guys. Let us, you know, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you thought about this album. Let us know your favorite tracks. Let us know if you dislike this album. Just obviously comment in the comment section below. And yeah, man, obviously me and Kay will be back again real soon for another one. But bro, until then, peace, my people. Have a great day. Love people.